Twitter. The Twitter. I'm quickly click my butt. There we go. There we go. Bada bing, bada bomb. And bam, boom. Okay. Anywho. Greetings, lords and ladies of the court. I'm your host of the most, Delta Knight, and today I'm returning to Disfigure, otherwise known as Kill Bug Simulator. Because I couldn't figure out what to play today, and I know today is technically Monday, and I should be doing the Mega Man stuff, but I have not been in the mood for Mighty Number 9 and or / Mega Man right now, so I'm just going to play this 2D arena shooter about killing thousands of bugs in one sitting. Therefore, and in the last episode I kind of like 4 guns, so, and I have not beat this at all. Yes, I know the oh, and they also updated a thing where it's got some achievements now and stuff, which is kind of cool. But for right now, I kind of want to beat the game with just something, so I'm going to do it with a knife. Let me tell you that that's not a knife. This is a knife. And, you know, to be honest, in the last episode I did of this, Disfigure game, I had a lot of fun. I had, a lot of fun. Like, the mechanics are kind of solid. I just got to stop getting hit like an idiot. That's basically my only problem. Yeah, switch vision mode. And I like the ambience of this. I just hate, I just hate that it's such good ambience, though. I think other than, if I took off the music, though, I think really it's just, the music. If we just took it off, it's just, just the sound of the knife going, and then, the enemies slow. The enemies don't make sound, which is even worse. Because I feel like there was another game that did this kind of mechanic with the light system like this. And I think it was... Oh, what was the name of that game? Oh no, wait, hold on, wait. What was the name of that game? Phobia something? It was like... The premise of it... I think it was called Endoparasitic. I think that's what the name of the game was called. But basically you had a limited field of vision, and you also had a limited movement option because you only had one arm, and there was a parasite constantly in your body. I think that also had the same lighting effect as this one. Yeah, Endoparasitic, I think that was it. I know Mark played it. I think 8-Bit Ryan played it too. And a few other people, but I just, for the life of me, cannot remember it. But I think it was called Endoparasitic that had this light style. It's a good light style, but I hate the way it's done, because this is uncomfortable. All of this is uncomfortable. But it's good ambience for horror in general, just to kind of have limited visibility and kind of limited environmental movements and options. The more you take away from your player in a horror game, the more terrifying it is, because you don't really have any good way of fighting back, quote unquote. And honestly, although when it comes out to horror games in and of itself, I have to say that I think it's a lot better to have your player make up the horror in their mind, instead of just just showing some big scary monster oh, it's so scary, woo. No, you don't need jump scares or any kind of real ambient threat. You just need to let the players kind of make up their own weird, horrifying entity or whatever, and it usually works 10 times more effectively than actually just throwing Saturday morning villain at them, Saturday morning monster at them for the 30th billionth time in a row. At least in my opinion. The less you can see of a monster, and the less you know about the monster, it makes it 100 times more terrifying. Yeah, a light wave. Yeah, that's what I need. Because eventually I'm trying to upgrade to get to the, what is that called? There's a cool combo in here. Ow, I got hit off. Bro, I'm only 2 minutes in, dude. I cannot be doing this. Like, I cannot be getting hit every 2 seconds. Every 5 seconds spawn a plasma coil. Melee damage. Yeah, melee damage. Cause I need to hit a little harder. And as I was talking about in like the last episode, I still wish I understood the real reason why people like using what is it called? Why people like using percentages more than they like using standard kind of, why they like using percentages versus why they like using flat damage values. I still don't understand why they prefer one over the other. Like, cause in my opinion, just getting kind of flat damage, like having flat damage values, just stacking over and over again is a lot easier, and just doing multiplication like ×2 or ×5 or ×10. That type of additive
numerical integers is kind of a lot easier to manage than trying to do a percentage. Because the percentages barely give you any form of like real hard hitting, attacks. It rarely does. Because 10% of 1 is literally nothing. Or I meant to say 1% of 10 is literally nothing. But 10 plus 10, that's 20 damage right there. Or when it comes into something let me reroll. When something comes down to something like, I don't know, I know 100% of 10 is technically 20, but the way that people do percentages, it's never 50%, then another 50%. It's usually you get 1% and then 0.5% and then half another percent. And I'm like, no, just give me flat damage values. I'd rather take 100 plus versus 100%, because it's way more. It's a flat value of 100 versus a flat damage of 100 added onto my number versus 100% of something is way better. I want flat damage. Basically, just I'm trying to say is flat damage numbers are way better than percentages. Use addition and multiplication, not decimals and division, because all that it's stupid. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a mathematician and/or / Scientologist, but I am indeed a marine biologist, so I know what I'm talking about. Meow. I don't know what build I'm going for. This is I've only played this game for 2 hours, which is all on stream, but I'm kind of just slapping enemies as fast as I possibly can. And honestly, I think I kind of like the bullet heaven genre more than I like the bullet hell genre, because as I've stated multiple times throughout a lot of these videos, is that I'm terrible at dodging, and it's not that I don't want to try to dodge, and it's not that I can't react to enemy fire. It's just that the amount of bullets that come at you is just literally impossible to dodge in most cases. They're just oh, I know you can dodge 50 more billion, just 50 more billion enemies. I'm yeah, you can do it, it's fine. I'm yes, I don't know what you're referring to, but I literally can't. No normal human being, let me be clear. No normal human being is gonna be coming out here I can dodge every pixel on the screen. Yeah, it's easy, it's fine. What do you mean you can't dodge this? It's super easy, bro. Nothing to worry about. I don't trust those people. Anyone who can do that with such confidence and ease, you scare me, and I want you to go away. Please go away, you scare me. Because I've seen videos of people doing stuff like Taoho or really hard bullet heaven games, and I'm you're not human. That's not normal.
You can't tell me that a screen full of bullets that are like literally like micron, like a pixel, a literal pixel, not just like it's stylized or anything. It's just a literal pixel on the screen. You can see that amongst the chaos that is 30 billion bullets coming at you from all different directions and angles. Like, no, you cannot see that. You're lying to me. You're lying to me. Like, stop. You're seriously just lying to me right now. Lightning and radiation. Huh. Who knew a combo would be so devastating? But yeah, I like dodging. I think it's not a bad mechanic in most games, but I would rather sit there and tank the damage than have to do it with anything else. Because as I've said before, and again in other videos of mine, I want to use my big sword, my big shield, and slap enemies around as many times as possible. I don't want to think, I don't want to react, I just want to hit. Like, if you are a bad guy, and you come my general direction, I hit you with sword, you die. You hit me with your sword, I don't die. Like, that's the only type of gameplay I actually like doing anyways. Anything defensive, I'm immediately latching onto because they rarely give me defensive options in games. Which I'm like, wow, okay, just you think that, like, players are only allowed to dodge or something, which is stupid as hell. Like, people are allowed to use other types of, like, I don't know, weaponry or, you know, kind of strategies for going about how they play their character. It's not just always a dodge, dodge, must dodge, or you die type of ordeal. You can do other stuff. You're a big boy. You can make a big game. Hey, come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Meow. Because I would, if I made my own game, I'd try to do that as best I could. I would try to make as many play styles as possible, and give every class a little something. You know, like I wouldn't do the whole thing where like each class has its own like strengths and weaknesses. Each class is just kind of like, well, let me not say that. Every class does have its own strengths and weaknesses, but it's not going to be super difficult, or you're going to be locked out of a certain like class option. Like, I would do the whole thing of like, oh yeah, you can play the knight class, but you're not locked out of using staves or bows and arrows or anything like that, anything of that caliber. You can still use everything that you want, but like, you're more proficient in using swords, shields, axes, you know, that type of stuff. That's how I would like differentiate the classes. But you can use anything that you want, and you're not restricted to anything of that accord. So if you want to make a super tanky mage that shoots like Armageddon every 2 seconds, you can do that. If you want to be the least stealthiest rogue that just hits like a dump truck, but does like that just hits like a dump truck and then disappears into the shadows for no reason, and who's not a glass cannon too, which would be ridiculous. Like a non-glass cannon rogue that literally just destroys everything in one shot. You know, just you can do it, and I wouldn't restrict anybody to, you know, that type of archetypes or whatever. I would really want you to just go fucking bananas in your own little like ordeal, because that's all I want to do. I kind of like the fluidity of being able to just be like, oh, I want some defensive things here, I want some defensive things there. Everyone kind of has like, you know, rounded stats, but they're just more proficient in certain. They get more damage or defense when wearing a certain armor or a certain, you know, type of ordeal. But, you know, if you get certain stats up and certain, you know, armor sets and, you know, whatever, they can give you those, like, things that you're lacking, so you don't have to worry about not being able to play the way you want to play, even if you did take a different class. Ooh. Spice. Oh, the radiation is super strong. Oh. Everyone's getting... Bruh! The Shidori. What the hell? But yeah, I just want to be able to like have people play as any way they kind of want to, or at least try to do it as hard as I can. Because I think it's nice that certain. Because the only thing I really don't want to have happen, like, if I made a game, is that I don't want the players to just always default to, like, a singular build. Because in most games, they try their hardest to do the whole thing where, like, you can explore and change your dynamic stuff and whatnot, but, like, they really kind of still limit you to certain aspects of the game. Like, if you're not the best dodger, you're still gonna get hit a bunch of times or something. Like, no. Like, I want you to have a build where you just have high evasion in every attack, no matter how strong or powerful it is. You literally just dodge through it with the utmost ease. Literally, like, huh, did you hit me? And even though he's literally standing point blank in your face, punching the crap out of you. Like, why can't I hit you? Like, I'm dodging your attack. Excuse me, you can't hit this. Or, like, you're just a super juggernaut of a tank that's literally just, like that takes 0 points of damage. Actually, you'll be so tanky in the game that getting hit by an enemy literally gives you HP back. That's how tanky I want you to be. Or you have just the ungodly amount of, like, attack speed and attack damage and stuff. So you just one-shot bosses. You just walk in there and your aura kills them. Like, you don't even pull out your sword. You just aura kills them. That's how dumb it is. I would love to go for something like that, and you can get it in the base game. You don't even have to get it in, like, New Game Plus or something. Like, your stats just slowly increase. Like, no. I want you to be able to find the most broken armor and weapon sets just entirely. Like, I don't. There's no balancing in my game. If you have literally a broken, an overly powered, super broken build, you just rock it. It doesn't matter. The boss is still gonna be, like, on par with you, though. Like, while you're leveling up, the final boss levels up, so he's gonna be just as strong as you are, so you guys can have an even fight. Even though it'd be kind of stupid because, eventually the boss is gonna be kind of like, to be honest, I think I kind of want to have the final boss, like, level up level up in the same capacity that you do, and also kind of has, like, the same loadout as you do, or maybe even the opposite loadout, because that would be pretty cool. Like, oh, you're a high speed build. Well, he's just a super tanky build. Like, he has high defense while you have high attack. Like, he kind of just, like, everything that you are, he's the opposite to it, which would be really cool. Like, and it'd be a fun thing. Like, everything that you've worked super hard for, it's not like you're not gonna, like, lose it or you're struggling on the final boss. He's just gonna be your literal opposite. He's going to smack you, or they, or she, I actually don't know just yet, but evil entity number 5,000,000,062, that type of a deal. Like that entity is just gonna, like, be the opposite of you in every way, and he's gonna smack the crap of you. I keep saying I'm sorry, I can't, my brain cannot default to anything else. My apologies. Evil entity number 5,000,001,000,001. But yeah, they're just gonna smack the crap out of you because they're the equal. And if you plan your moves right, if you just if you hit them this way or hit them that way, you can still kind of do a good strategy even with your broken build. And I also had this idea in the game, and oh geez, I keep forgetting how big this guy is. I also had this idea in the game where, like, okay, move. Oh, sorry, hold on. This idea in game where your NPC / partner character, because it's like okay, I need to wait till I level up so my brain cannot. I had this idea where your partner that you're playing, it's your main character, and then you have a side character with you who's always with you, and they're following you around. Like, it's your quote-unquote player 2, even though it's not really a 2-player game, although I would like to call it, but that's beside the point. Like, it's you and your compatriot, your best friend for life, basically, and they follow you around. They level up the same way that you do, and they have their own set build that's kind of just, like, with them. So, like, you both level up at the same time, their stats kind of grow, a lot faster than yours do because they already have, like, their own set thing. and stuff. And while you're going through the game, they get their own armor and stuff, and they just keep upgrading and leveling up. You don't have to worry about buying anything for them or like worrying about exactly how they work. They just follow you around and just hit really hard, and you can just like in to be honest, which I really kind of don't want to do for the game, but it would be kind of funny. But like having your having a thing where like your companion can literally just solo the game without you. Like you can just let your companion beat every boss, take every fight, and it'd just be kind of funny. Consider it a Pokemon type of run, which would be hilarious. But yeah, your companion, you don't have to worry about commanding them or moving them around. They just kind of follow their own sort of like AI, doing hard move, calculating the best move to do here or the best move to do there, and it'd be really kind of cool because they level up. And one of the things about the bosses in the game is that you can have them join your party, and not some dumb thing where like they start out at level 1 when you beat them, or they have no moves when you beat them in level 1. No, you will get the boss as the boss in your party. It's just that the enemies around it will scale with you, so the boss is still doing 1,000,000 points of damage. It's just that the enemies can kind of tank like half that damage. So yeah, the boss is still doing 1,000,000 points, but like the enemies can now tank like half of that, or they can mitigate like half the damage. So it's like they can take like 500,000 damage, and then you had to just hit them again. You know, the bosses still have all their moves, all the armor that they were wearing. Like they never change out of their armor. They still have the same armor, but they just level up continuously with you. So everyone just keeps getting up to this ridiculous power scale. So like the final boss is at least like not level 99/999 to something of that degree. But yeah, it's just constantly just a level up grind fest until just you and the final boss are just broken as hell. Like, and I want that to always be the case, because I think it would be really, really fun to have like all the hard work you put into be paid off by you having this epic climactic like anime style battle with just the two of you clashing with slinging magic and clashing swords together and all that kind of ordeal, until eventually it's just like, you've bested me with your own meta and skill. You didn't just like cheese it with some dumb strategy or something. Like, and I would try my level best to actually work out I just got that heart back, come on. Like, I would try to work out the kinks as best I can, so you didn't have to, so there's no real like cheating or like cheesy kind of like method that people can just abuse all the time. I know I can't fully patch out bugs and stuff, because there's always going to be some form of because I know there's always going to be some form of like bug or glitch or something in the game that somebody's bound to exploit, but I would try to patch out as many as I could, so you know, I can at least try my level best to kind of, I don't know, get something going. Alright, let me try the minigun, because I just love games like that. It just that can give you the freedom to do basically whatever you kind of want in the game, or at least 95% of the way there, because they don't do that enough, and it's a little upsetting. Because I know there's a lot of limitations. You know, like if you want the game to have, you know, multiplayer or something, you don't want people to kind of get butthurt because Jimmy Bob Joe Jim over here has a character who literally just can't die, which I want you to have that ability for your character just not being able to die. Or you can get to that point where your character just literally so unfathomably tanky that they just are damn near immortal. But like, I mean, I understand that there's a lot of issues with the way I'm trying to like do a character in a game and the balancing and whatnot, because I don't really know too much about the art of video game making. I made a video game. Well, I tried to make a video game, to be honest, and it was the old RPG style of game, and I was looking at the way that, you know, balancing is done, and kind of like how certain characters interact with other things and percentages and all that, like accoutrements and whatnot. But like, I still wanted to go for the broken your character at a certain level is just super powerful, but the bosses and enemies just get just as powerful as you do, and it would help. I mean, it works really well. Like, I don't know what else to say. It works really well. If you could just make your character stupidly overpowered. And character customization, though, I would really love to go super heavy into the character customization as well. So you can make your character look like, you know, what you really want them to. Give them some real flair and some nice stuff. And, like, I would probably try to see if I could have, like, because I'm doing a TV show before I want to do the video game, so that way I can have, like, an audience kind of built up at that point, and then see if I can get them to maybe help me out, like, oh, can you give me some suggestions on what would be some good quality of life stuff to add to the game? What's something that you haven't seen somebody do in this type of genre? Or, like, you know I can't appease everyone. That's not what I'm trying to do, because trying to appease everyone, you're bound to make somebody upset, and I don't feel like doing any of that type of chicanery. Dare I say third-rate shaboingery. I'm just mostly here for the kind of the gameplay aspect, to see what I can kind of work with the best. Machine gun. But I really want to go and give it my all when it comes down to making a video game or the TV show that I have in mind. Because I'm still thinking about maybe, like, I'm thinking kind of maybe trying to do some, like, a One Piece sort of ordeal. I just kind of keep going until I get bored of the show, or, you know, I get bored of the show, basically. Because, I don't know, I would, if I couldn't think of what to do exactly for my show or whatever, I would probably say I'd do a thing where, hold on, let me see, find thing, no. I'd probably try to do something where maybe I could ask the fans what they want to see in the show, and just kind of, like, have them give me kind of ideas, because most shows have all of their things planned out-ish to a point, and Ichiri Ora, he's going hard to the paint with One Piece, like, dear God. But, like, yeah, I try to do maybe something where, like, the fans can kind of give me more suggestions to see how the show could kind of progress slowly, maybe add characters, have OCs from other people join in on the chicanery, the tomfoolery even. Maybe even make some of them, like, key characters in, you know, plot points and whatnot, just kind of have them there. Because I want the fans to kind of, you know, be a real part of the community, a real part of the show. I don't want it to just be them watching the show to just watch the show. I want them to have some involvement in it other than just, wow, thank you for watching, and okay, buy merch or whatever. You know, I want them to feel like they're a part of the world, a part of the universe, and not just in a fan fiction sort of self-insert kind of, like, trigonometry, you know, that ordeal. I really want you guys to be a part of the show and world that I'm trying to create, because, you know, without you, I'm not, it's, you know, there's no real show. Without the fans, there's no real show of it. Although I would like it if fans were a bit more respectful to the creators, because some of the fans I've seen out here, ooh boy, you guys need to take a chill pill on some of these shows. Like, you don't know how to write the show better than the creator does. And it's not your, like, project that, you know, you're not making this show, so you need to stop treating it like you know everything that's going to happen in the show all the time, every time. Like the creator is doing their best to actually make the show the way they want it to, and sure, it's not always good, and sure, it's not always pretty, but it's still their show that you need to just kind of be along the ride for. And I know there's a lot of, like, minute details and corporate greed or whatever, and a bunch of stuff that I'm not really, like, smart enough to fathom, because I'm just a small boy from a small family.
But yeah, I really don't like that fans keep trying to like lambaste creators just because they think they know better than the creator does. Like, that's really upsetting. And some of the stuff I've seen about Japan, like they get like death threats and stuff because the characters didn't react the way they wanted them to react or whatever, or like this, that, and the other. I'm like, that is so mean. Like, dude, I'm the one making the show that you like are pouring your heart and soul into, making fan art of and stories and all this other stuff, and you're just gonna try to, and you want to send death threats to me just because like I killed off one character that wasn't even that important. I'm like, or I made these two kiss when you wanted these guys to kiss. I'm like, I don't care. It's not just for you. It's for everyone. I know it's a hard concept to follow, but this is for everyone. The show is for every person here, not just you. Let's see. When shield is activated, fire cycle. Wait. Is activated fire a cycle of 100 projectiles? Killing turn activated shield, making you immune to take damage once. Killing for barrier activate temporarily all other stats. Sprint. I guess I could do a sprint. Running gun. Increase movement speed. Yeah, I'll take it. But yeah, I want people to. I want to give my fans something to really snack on. You know what I'm saying? That isn't just kind of. Ooh, excuse me. Something to snack on that isn't just, you know, some like arbitrary thing. I don't want them to just have to deal with like buying merch or whatever. I really want them to have something that they can kind of enjoy, that they can really be proud of. Fire projectile faster at the cost of accuracy and damage. Well, I never needed accuracy. I only needed damage. Now we got a minigun right here. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Ooh, whoa. Nope, no. I need more bullets. I need more bullets per bullet. Okay, 5 minutes in. I've got a full minigun going. I'm feeling good, feeling fresh, feeling frisky. I need more bullets and way more damage because, God, this thing does not have enough damage. And maybe more piercing. Like, I realize I might need more piercing. Shooting an enemy 4 times permanently slows them down. Damaging enemies increases the damage they take from bullets by 10%. Wind up. Shooting takes half a second to wind up. Movement speed while shooting decreased by 20%. Fire rate up. No, I think I just need bullet damage. Because these guys are not dying fast enough. Honestly, this game is an exterminator's, like, best dream. Like, being able to just mow down hordes of, like, cockroaches and bugs. But don't let a water bug hear you say that. They'll fly at you. Ooh, dare I say, oh boy. Literally, a fate worse than death is just a cockroach flying towards you menacingly. Because that is a fate that no one wants to experience. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. No one deserves that kind of horror. Electricity. Increasing the next damage taken by 20%. Stopping power. Yeah. Yeah. That's the type of power I wanted to see. Are you dead yet? Alright, just stay in the circle. Nothing can hurt you in the circle. They can't hurt you in the light. They cannot hurt you in the light. Also, where the hell is my character at? Like, where am I right now? Am I in a giant pit or something? I mean, I'm not asking for the deep-seated lore of, like, this universe, but, like, where am I right now? Like, I got blackout drunk, and then I suddenly woke up in New York, man. New York would be kind of hidden different if I'm telling you. I don't know. This just kind of be hidden different. Like, would you live in a place like this for $10,000? Is it raining again?
Yes.
Bruh, why? Bruh. Well, it's okay. It's raining again, so hopefully it doesn't short anything out while I'm just doing this. If the stream suddenly cuts off, you'll know it. You know that's what. You'll know why. Which I'm a little upset about because I'm just trying to do a little something.
More damage. More damage. More damage. Meow. But yeah, I just want to give my players a little bit of freedom to do stuff in their games or in the shows that I create, because I'm a fan. I do like shows. There are shows and stuff that I like. Games too, like Mega Man and Sonic and Legend of Zelda. You know, those type of games. I love them to bits and pieces, and I want to have more. I want to give that kind of. That freedom and exploration to all my fans as well. Circle vision slows down enemies by 10%. Movement speed by 10%. I'm not worried. Oh, I have become Bullet. I am the Bullet of all time. This is what I was looking for. The Bullet of all time. Well, this should serve me. This should serve me well. Just gotta, because I think this thing lasts for like maybe 20 minutes or so, and it does go by pretty fast. So it's not. It's not a total slog. Although I wish they would maybe take the timer and make it a little bit faster, because I think it is a bit too slow. I have become Bullet. Destroyer of bullets. Meow. But yeah, I just want that for the fans. I really want that to give them that chutzpah. Because it would be a lot of fun, and I especially want to do a lot of collabs with other like show creators like Dragon Ball Z or One Piece, or you know, if maybe some Cartoon Network shows or something, DC, Marvel, really just as many people as I can, if they'll let me. Because I'm like, hey, can I make my character, you know, fight, I don't know, Goku or something? Can I go on a high seas adventure with Luffy maybe, or like I don't know, just, or like can me and the Flash have a friendly race together, you know, that type of stuff. Because I mean, even if I can, I still have like I still have characters that I've made. Wait, 4 hearts. Hey, yo. Oh, that's how you get extra life in this, huh? Running gun, bullets increased by 50%. Is increased by 50% of increases in movement speed. Oh. Because yeah, even if I can't do certain collabs, I still have characters and the character ideas in mind that I'm sure I can get away with. Because as long as you're not legitimately taking a Superman or a Flash or some kind of character that's already been copyrighted, you can still make characters, because everyone's seen a speedster before, everyone's seen a superpowered guy who can fly, everyone's seen a giant monster kaiju creature. It's just that you can't use their names, or they can't look too similar, but everyone, you can pretty much do, ow, my bones, but you can pretty much do kind of a something along those, you can kind of do like something along those lines. And man, my bones, like, bro, you know how hard it is to get HP in this game? Y'all tripping. Okay, move, nope. But yeah, because I still have characters in mind, and I still have like adventures and stories to tell. But it just would be nice, though. It would be nice to have the collab, so I could be like, I got to hang out with the Supermans and the Flashes and whatnot. Excuse me.
Yeah, maybe just hit it from the back. Alright.
I know it do be kind of like that. Waiting for 3 seconds without shooting temporarily increases the move speed by 50% until your next shot. No, do not care. Flashbangs. Every 5 shots, flashbang is sent down a terribly created circle, and it should take 50% more damage. Alright, flashbangs. Flashbangs! Which is literally just gonna keep coming out because there's so many flashbangs. I'm shooting the bullet of all time. Oh no, I'm looking at the bitrate. Oh no. My guns are too gun. It's destroying the bitrate.
Did you just say your guns are too gun? It's an
Yeah, my guns are 2 gun. They're destroying the bitrate. And Star, aren't you supposed to be doing the whatnot in the background? Whoa, 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 whoa.
I am doing the whatnot in the background. I just finished the whatnot in the background.
No, I'm looking over to my right and I don't see the whatnot in the background getting done.
Motherfucker, I'm doing another whatnot in the background.
Yeah, but that's not the whatnot we need to get done. You gotta do the other whatnot.
No, I have to do every fucking whatnot. Shut your fucking poor ass mouth.
This type of slander shall not be forspoken.
Okay, fine then. Shut your babyless mouth.
You come into my house and call me maidenless. You say I have no bitches, but where are yours? Whoa, 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 whoa. Too many guys. Too many bullets.
I was wrong. It's not raining just yet.
It'll be raining. It's raining somewhere. Undertale referees. Ow.
You deserve that.
Not funny. Didn't laugh. Not funny. Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Yeah,
I need more
you just got your ass handed to you.
I need more bullets per bullet. I don't have enough bullets per bullet.
What game are you? Oh, you're playing the little space traveler one.
No, this is not Nova Drift.
Oh wait, no, that is.
This is a different one called it's a different one called Disfigure. Kill Bug Simulator as I have activate shield making for damage taken once. Yeah.
You know, to me right now, because the amount of bullets and you saying they're about to destroy your bit rate looks more closer like Tahoe Light.
Nah, man. Tahoe Light. This would be the enemy firing this many bullets at me. That's what I was talking about earlier. We was talking about like the difference between having. I don't trust people who can play Tahoe and be like, oh, it's just an easy game. It's you just gotta dodge the bullets. I'm like, I see every pixel on the screen. Where is your character? Oh, he's right there, and they point to like a pixel. Like, which one? Like, no, it's this one. Like, you mean this one? Like, no, the one right behind you. Like, what? Huh? Like, I've seen Tahoe gameplay. There's no breathing room. There is no relax. Why? How come they live so peacefully, but yet they have games that are that stressful? Like, what? How did Japan do it? How do they do it?
They actually don't live that peacefully. They just perfected the art of Zen. What was it called? Zen stressing, as I like to call it.
I'm so calm. I'm stressed.
No, it's I'm so stressed. I've achieved Zen.
Bruh.
Between their island trying to kill them, capitalism taking their once from sunrise to sunset work ethic and throwing it into overdrive. Their beauty standards being so high that women around my age have to get on minimum, I want to say about 3 to 5 minor plastic surgeries just to be pretty enough to apply for jobs. The weight loss culture, which is fucking terrifying. What else? The collectivist culture, where if you act too independent, they'll immediately outcast you due to the fact of.
If you act too independent?
Yeah.
Japan, y'all tripping. What did?
Well,
Does that even
well,
mean?
of course they'd have that form of collectivist mindset because they have to be able to know they can trust their neighbor they have to be able to know they can trust their fucking entire neighborhood to have their back in case shit goes left, because again, between the earthquakes, the flooding, the tsunamis, the fucking I don't know if their volcanoes ever explode, but who knows? Mount Fuji might decide
It
to
always
say
snowing
fuck
on-
it and just not